Hey everybody, it's Chris Eads, known online as Wootini, here with another gay gamer video podcast for you. Let me just quickly start with some movie talk, because it's been a couple of weeks and I saw some movies. First up was Deadpool 2, which was hilarious. Although not as hilarious as I was expecting, not because it wasn't hilarious, but because it also tried to have some like dramatic moments, which I was not expecting. I just thought it was going to be a balls-to-the-wall, raunchy comedy, and it is. But every so often they take some time out to be like, you know, look at Ryan Reynolds act. It's very dramatic. Not that it doesn't work. It's a little disconcerting because you're like, oh, all of a sudden we're getting heavy and serious. But it's not like it's completely out of place and jarring in the film. But it's great fun, and there's a ton of, references and Easter eggs for Marvel X-Men fans. It's really just, it's a lot of fun. Less fun was Solo, a Star Wars story. I was disappointed in this one. A lot of people I know did enjoy it. They thought it was great. They loved it. They want to go see it again. And I'm just like, why? I almost walked out. To be honest, the beginning, like the first 20-30 minutes, I was just like, what is going on? I don't care about any of this. It's like not the very beginning, but once he meets his people, I was just like, oh my god, this is it's a slog. It's not fun. It's very dark, both tonally and visually. It's a very monochromatic, cinematography. Everything's just very dark and bleak and grainy, and it's either blue or brown or gray or some combination thereof. It's just murky looking. It's not a pretty universe. And it's just dark tonally. There are two characters in Solo who are funny, humorous, and bring a sense of fun to it, but they don't last long. So you have this brief glimpse of, oh, okay, now it's getting fun. Oh, okay, no, it isn't. Never mind. And there's a lot of death in it, which I feel like Star Wars shouldn't be quite so much about death. It's my husband hates the prequels on principle, these standalone prequels that they're doing, these Star Wars stories. I actually like Rogue One, but I can defend Rogue One for being a little darker and grimmer because it's about the people who died to get the Death Star plans for the original Star Wars movie. So it's going to be a little dark and grim because everybody's going to die. It doesn't work out real well for them. But they help save the galaxy, so good on them. But Solo, you're like, oh, a Han Solo movie, that should be fun, and he's a scoundrel, and it'll be fun and an adventure, and interesting characters, and and I just felt like it was a slog to get through, and it felt like it was 4 hours long, and I'm just like, oh, it's not without its moments. Like I said, there's those couple of characters, and then there are other moments where you're like, okay, and I'm like, ooh, this is suddenly, I'm perking up and I'm interested in what's happening on screen. But I just, overall, I was like, ugh. I was disappointed. And I don't know why we keep moving back. It's just a way for them to be like, look how clever we are. This is how Han Solo got his name. And this is where he gets his blaster. And this is how he meets Chewbacca. And it's like, is that necessary? So it makes me not as enthusiastic about the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi movie that they're apparently doing. I don't need to see, Obi-Wan having some adventure on Tatooine and then ending with him, keeping an eye on Luke Skywalker, And I really don't need to see the Boba Fett movie. The whole point of Boba Fett is he's this mystery man, this bounty hunter who wears armor and you don't know anything about him, and he's kind of a badass looking dude. Although he dies really stupidly, but it was that mystery that made him appealing to people, and when I was a kid, I had my Boba Fett action figure, and it was awesome. Because you didn't know anything about him. Remember when they made the prequels, and they're like, oh, this is Jango Fett, and this is his son Boba, and you're like, wait, that little brat is going to grow up to be Boba Fett? And I remember, like, everybody was like, what the you know, like, no. So, why do people want to see a whole movie about young Boba Fett, like, killing people, basically, is what, I mean, he's a bounty hunter, so maybe he's going to capture some people, but I'm pretty sure he's going to kill a bunch of people, so that's going to be another one with just a lot of death. And he'll probably have some friend or a girlfriend or something who gets killed, and then he'll go out for revenge and, you know, whatever. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I don't know anything about the plot of the Boba Fett movie. I just assume that it's going to be like that. So that's disappointing. But I washed that taste out of my mouth the following day by going to see the new re-release of Stanley Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey. It is the film's 50th anniversary, and they have struck a new 70mm print, and they are running it around the country, and it's fantastic. I mean, obviously the movie's fantastic. I mean, your mileage may vary. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's pretentious crap, I don't like it. I personally love it, and I can watch it over and over and over again, and always see something new and interesting, because it's so detailed. But, like, to see it on the big screen is incredible. Like, I haven't seen that on the big screen since, like, college. It was on a double feature with Star Wars, as a matter of fact. Of course, then it was like a double feature with Star Wars, and it was like $6, but whatever. Now it's like a $20 movie ticket, and MoviePass won't cover it, because it's a specialty screening in 70mm, so I had to pay the $20, which was annoying. But, like, you've got, you know, it's the big screen, and it's also, like, an actual film. They didn't restore anything. It's literally struck from the original negative, so that it's as you would have seen it in a theater in 1968. This is what it would have looked like. And you can hear it running through the projector, and there's grain and specks and scratches and whatever. And it just felt so authentic, like seeing a real movie again. Because you don't get that nowadays, because everything's all digitally cleaned up and projected digitally, so it's like, so that was kind of a nice treat. Now I should talk about gaming. This is a gaming podcast, after all. So I want to pour one out for Best Buy Gamers Club, which is no more. It still exists. If you are a Gamers Club member, like I am, you can still continue to get your discounts and your bonus points until the end of your membership, but you will not be able to renew, and you can't sign up new now. So, but because you signed up for, it's a 2-year run, I checked, and mine doesn't expire until October of 2019. So I'm good for another year and a half. After which point, I guess I'll go to Amazon, because Amazon offers Prime members a 20% off discount on pre-orders. But that's the nice thing about the Best Buy one, is that it was any regular priced game. So you didn't have to pre-order it. Sometimes it was good to pre-order, because you could get, like, if it was one of the big releases, like Tomb Raider or something, you'd get like a $10 reward coupon that you could use on your next purchase. So it was kind of awesome. But Amazon's only on pre-orders. But I will continue to use my Best Buy Club card until it is dead, because I want my bonuses, please. Because I am going to be getting a new game, I have decided. Unfortunately, the timing of its release is not great. But I have decided that I want to get Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, because everyone was raving about it. I never played it on the PlayStation or Xbox, but to have that on the Switch, on the go, killing Nazis on the go, would be awesome. And I would finish it a lot faster than if I was playing it only at home. The problem is that I was super excited. I was like, oh great, it'll come out just in time for me to go visit my family in Massachusetts, and I can play Wolfenstein on the bus. Unfortunately, I'm now traveling on Friday when it releases, and they don't release games on Tuesdays anymore. They come out on Fridays now, which is super irritating. And if it had come out on Tuesday, everything would be perfect, but it's coming out on Friday, and I'm like, this does not work for me. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, I have to leave the house earlier in the morning, and I'm not gonna, like, swing by Best Buy to pick up my game and then go get my bus, you know, because it's going to need some massive download, and I'm not going to try to do that on the bus Wi-Fi. Like, that would just be a disaster. So I wouldn't even really probably be able to play it anyway. So, and it's not like I don't already have games to play on my Switch. There's always something to do in Skyrim. I can always do stuff in Mario Odyssey. I could even try to go back to Zelda and see if I can finish it. Never did. And I really should give Dragon Quest Builders a fair shot, because I just can't quite get into it. The demo suckered me in, and I went and bought it with my GameStop credit, and I wish that I had not, because I feel like I should have used my GameStop credit to get like Lego Marvel Superheroes on the Switch, because that I feel like I would actually be playing, because that would get me in, because there's stuff to look and discover and play through and get all the unlockables and whatever. So I think I made a mistake. Oh well. But yeah, I want to get Wolfenstein 2 because it has gotten rave reviews, and the Switch version is supposed to be like really solid, and I want to kill Nazis, because, you know, it's also because the difficulty levels are adjustable, and I read and found out that you can actually adjust them on the fly in the game, which is like the best thing for me, because if I'm playing it on easy and it gets still a little tricky with a tough boss, I can drop it down to really easy just to get past that part. And I'm not worried about like not getting trophies, because it's on the Switch, there are none, so I don't have to worry about losing a trophy because I switched difficulty levels. But the thing that they say is that it's actually better to play it on an easier difficulty, because then you can really enjoy the story, because the story is like really good. And I think that it's actually a really good idea to play this game where you explore an America taken over by Nazis, white supremacists, because, you know, I think it would be good preparation, you know. Not that I'm going to be running around in super armor shooting Nazis, but clearly an America full of Nazis and white supremacists is where we're heading, thanks to that orange shitheel. So, yay, let's kill some Nazis. It'll just be very appealing. Cathartic, that's the word I'm looking for. It'll be very cathartic to blow the hell out of Nazis, because there's nothing I can do about that idiot in the White House, so I'll just kill Nazis in a fictional video game, and then maybe it'll make me feel a little better. I'm sure this has gone on way too long, so I'm going to stop now, and I'll see you next time when I will have more things to talk about. And there you go. So have fun, and if you've played Wolfenstein 2 on either the Xbox or the PlayStation 4, let me know if you thought it was any good or not. I don't think that it's going to be anything that you'll be like, no, don't get it, because from what I understand, it's really good. So, but let me know what you liked about it if you played it. And I will see you next time. Bye!